When we see a modern-day boxer, we're looking at a fun, bouncy, loyal version of an incredibly long lineage. One that starts with a strong, just as loyal and now extinct hunting dog in Germany, known as the Bullenbeisser. From first impressions, the name suitably means bullbiter in German, telling you this was an aggressive, highly driven working breed. One bred for performance instead of companionship. The Bullenbeisser was a large Mastiff-type breed, used for hunting large animals throughout the Middle Ages to the 1800s. Through this passage of time, has forged one of the most beloved breeds today through years of refining a working dog with real-life application, although many forget the origins and legacy of the boxer dog. The Bullenbeisser was one type of Mastiff dog, a part of the broader family of Mastiff breeds which spread throughout Europe with their life-changing attributes. Hunting large game and constant battles and wars before gunpowder incentives breeds like this across the mainland. Richard Strebel, a renowned canine historian, described Bullenbeisser as strong, gripping dogs used by nobility for boar, bear and stag hunting, used as a catch dog. In other words, pursue the large prey. Get close enough to seize the animal by the snout or ear generally, until the handler could finish the kill. To hold a bear, boar or stag, one thing is for sure. The dog selected must have freakish jaw strength, broad skulls and a shorter muzzle to allow for stronger gripping whilst able to breathe still. No small feat, and if they weren't up to standard, it can only end one way. By the 1600s and 1700s, the Bullenbeisser was already split into two types through years of shaping dogs with everyday working use. First was the larger variety, the Danziger Bullenbeisser, and the smaller version, Brabanter Bullenbeisser. This is actually really important in shaping the future of the boxer breed. Even the Boxer Club archives suggest this, as they became more adaptable and easier to maintain as hunting practices changed. Other breeds for comparison were essentially made extinct following changes in hunting and society in general. Firearm improvement meant hunting could be successful at range, without the use of a catch dog with a higher degree of danger. Whilst firearms were developing, so was the rest of Europe. Wider social changes such as urbanization, larger estates broken up, and society viewing dog fighting as immoral changed the world as it was known for dog breeds. Higher prey drive, strong and sizable dogs were not prioritized anymore. According to the American Kennel Club and the Fédération Cynologique Internationale, the modern boxer emerged in the late 19th century from crosses between the smaller Brabanter Bullenbeisser and imported English bulldogs. The goal was to create a versatile working dog suited not only to guarding and farm work, but also to companionship in an increasingly urban society. Temperaments which were stable, safe around the family and other animals were favored much more understandably. Early boxer breeders noted this, such as Ellard Koenig, where they selectively bred dogs with courage and strength, but prioritized other attributes such as trainability in civilian urban life. Imagine having a high-drive Bullenbeisser with less space and less physical need. In many cases, this would become a liability instead of an asset, as their needs would not be met, but the drive remains. From a physical perspective, the Bullenbeisser still lives within the boxer today. A broad head, muscular and lean forequarters with an iconically square outline are directly inherited. Even from much earlier images in the later 1800s shows boxers to be considerably stockier and heavier than today, probably closer to the Bullenbeisser, to a modern-day boxer in some examples. On the other hand, the modern boxer is categorically more athletic, expressive, and streamlined. The behavioral differences are stark too, from having a clownish personality to being able to live with other small animals harmoniously. The huge reduction in prey drive allowed the boxer to bond closer with different family members, transitioning into a companion guard role instead of catch dog. Breed standards for the boxer today include a simple yet essential feature: the ability to be calm, balanced, without aggression unless provoked. Worlds apart from their working origins, and despite being a high-energy breed still, it is much less of a liability for busy working families. When evaluating the transformation from Bullenbeisser to boxer, we see a clear trend seen commonly throughout history: functional adaptation to societal change. As Europe moved from feudal hunting culture to industrial urban life, dogs either pivoted their roles or fell by the wayside. The boxer emerged in a world that valued companionship, trainability, and controlled protection roles in smaller communities. Even the name boxer comes from the tendency to play with their forepaws in play. Even though it is watered down, this is directly linked to the physical, assertive natures of the Bullenbeisser, hundreds of years before. Loyalty and physicality still is a key element of the boxer personality, but we must view dogs in their context to get the most from them. Many hunters nowadays are breeding catch dogs, including occasionally mixing with boxers with sizable high-drive breeds. These wouldn't be recommended as pet dogs for the average owner, highlighting the importance of weakened prey drives for our most loved companions. In summary, the Bullenbeisser represents a foundational chapter in development of one of the most popular modern breeds. Documented in hunting literature and preserved indirectly through boxer breed history, it was a powerful catch dog shaped by the demands of big game hunting. Through intentional crossbreeding and selective refinement in the late 19th century, it gave rise to a breed which retains strength and courage, but embodies greater sociability and adaptability. The story of these two dogs is not merely about extinction and replacement. It is about transformation. One is not better than the other overall. It is not a black and white, but we must appreciate the contexts of when dogs exist. It illustrates how human needs reshape animal form and temperament over time, and how even an extinct breed can live on genetically and culturally through its descendants. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and suggest any ideas for future videos on your favorite dogs. See you soon!